Hi so guys, welcome back to FX Rhapsody. Today we're doing analysis on two Japanese yen pairs. It's going to be the British pound Japanese yen and then also the US dollar Japanese yen pairs. For those of you that's new to my channel, go visit my website, bottom left corner here. We're doing analysis using the COT reports, which you can download for free on my website under the resource tab. And then also there's some very nice content on my website, for those of you that's especially getting started in trading. Video categories, go follow those where my videos are nicely categorized for you. And then also there's some, other helpful information on my website, especially my preferred brokers. Go visit the brokers tab where I tell you all about the brokers and why I trade them. Okay, so let us hit the charts. We're looking at the British pound Japanese yen first. We're doing top-down analysis. We're starting off with a daily time frame, moving down to the hourly time frame. So on a daily time frame, previous analysis, what I showed you was we're looking at the swing low and the swing high. Okay, we looked at this area that liquidity was tapped, and swing low, swing high, price retracing very nicely into the 62% area where a nice buy opportunity was, where you place your buy and price moving up very nicely. That was a relatively 700 and odd pip move upwards. We're seeing price retracing a little bit now. We also have this imbalance in the market where a fair value gap was created on the daily time frame, right around there. So price action normally drawn towards those gaps. Just fill those gaps and then we might see a continuation to the upside, or price might break through to the downside. Only time will tell. Let's have a look at your lower time frames to see what's happening there. 4 hourly, on a 4 hourly time frame, just to expand a little bit. Okay, so what we can see on the 4 hourly time frame, obviously we're looking at this trend line. Whoa, that's a bit skew. There we go. Let's just get this nicely drawn. Okay, so we're obviously looking at this trend line being respected. So bouncing off, coming, bouncing off again. Now just hovering around that area over there. We're also seeing this area in the market that's been respected as a, let's call it a support area. Okay, price going, touching that area, not breaking through that area. Okay, so we're looking at that. We're also seeing this area in the market being respected over here. Okay, so there's two areas that is of interest. Price just hovering in between those areas in the market on the 4 hourly time frame. Just take this out. Let's move on to our 1 hour time frame and see what is happening with price and what we're going to look out for. Just lower, there we go. So on the 1 hour time frame, excuse me, during the week there were some nice opportunities as well. Let's talk about that first. So you can see price going up and then starting its move to the downside. Now with this turn in the market, you created a imbalance, fair value gap, shift in the market. So you can see price pushing through. So you have got all this bullish movement, and then you can see the bullish candles, getting all smaller, losing momentum. And then you have that big push in the market on the bearish side. And then with that push creating a fair value gap in the market in between those two candles over there. This one and that one, there's a gap. So you highlight that gap and you can see how price action gets drawn towards that area where a nice sell opportunity, we had a nice sell opportunity over there, and price moved down a nice 250 odd pips. If you did miss that one, again, price creating a nice little area over here, a structure area over there. And you can see with that structure area that price pushed through that again, coming up and then carrying on downwards. With that push again, creating another small little gap in the market. And as you can see, price getting drawn into that imbalance and then with a nice little move to the downside. So what we're looking at now currently is, again, you can have this area over here. Okay, this is a big imbalance in the market, but we're leaving that out for now. What I'm looking at is we're going to be looking at that previous high. Okay, I'm having that highlighted on my chart, and I'm obviously looking at this previous low. Those are the two areas for me that I'm going to be looking at, because these are the areas that above that areas will be seeing liquidity in the market. Okay, that is liquidity lying there, and as we know with price action loves hunting liquidity, right? So we're looking at those two areas in the market. Any break in structure, you can have a break just tapping into that liquidity and then moving down, or vice versa, or price might just push right through it and then creating a imbalance in the market where price will retrace back to and then move on, right? So those are the two areas in the market excuse me, that is of concern. So we're looking at this consolidation. Okay, we are going to have to look and see where this breaks out. Will it continue downwards or will it continue upwards in the market? COT report wise, we're looking at the British pound. The British pound with the net positions getting stronger slowly. So longs being closed in the market, but we have got some shorts being closed as well. We had that the previous week as well, more shorts being closed. And again, the similar one. So meaning that the price of the British pound is getting stronger in net position size. We're looking at the Japanese yen. Japanese yen, very similar. Okay, so we have got longs being opened in the market and a lot of shorts being closed. So that price is being pushed right up. And again, we're talking about what happened in the past. So we did see this occur in the past. So we had a negative 87, went all the way down to negative 55,000. And then we had a weakening in the market where price just slanted down all the way, as we can see on this side. Right, so for me, that's it for this pair. Let's move on to our next currency pair, which will be our US dollar Japanese yen. Again, we're starting on the daily, but with this one, just want to look at the monthly first. I want to show you something. Just highlighting out. So on a monthly time frame, okay, price action. So we had our first price action move earlier. Here we go. Let's just draw that. So that was in 2015. I'm saying earlier, but I mean 2015. So price action or price hunting that liquidity that was on the top here. And now we're sitting with exactly the same thing that happened. Just zooming out. And as you can see, you've got all this liquidity lying on the top here. Okay, still intact. And now this is price action hunting that liquidity. So I'm just drawing that right around there. There we go. About there. Just making sure it's on the daily time frame. Whoops. Visibility. There we go. Okay. So we have that liquidity being tapped. So what now? Now we go to the daily time frame. And as you can see on a daily time frame, zooming in a bit. Okay, so we see that area of liquidity being tapped and that area being respected now. So just going to take that out. So what are we looking at? We're seeing still this obvious upwards movement, okay, in the market. We still have that. Still bullish. We haven't seen any form of movement to the downside, meaning that your highs have been taken out. Okay, we still have all our lows. Let me just take that out. We still have all our lows intact. That's the first one. That's another one. And that's another one. Okay, all these areas are still intact in the market. That's areas of liquidity that we're still looking at. So currently it is in a bullish market. So price is moving up and down, up and down. Okay. If there's any form of move or any form of break in the market, this is the obvious one that's going to hit first. So we will have to look and see if this price will carry on downwards, taking out this liquidity at the bottom here. But with that, that means that the Japanese yen should get stronger even more. Okay, we're going to look at the COT report quickly again. So we do see the Japanese yen getting stronger, but we do know about what happened in the past with this Japanese yen getting stronger, and then all of a sudden pushing down. We also know that, you know, there's lots happening in the US currently, and lots of talks about recessions and all that. So will this be the, you know, surely enough, we're definitely going to be looking at selling off this US dollar Japanese yen. But when it will happen, you know, I'm not going to predict any times. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm just reacting to what the market tells us. So 4 hour time frame, let's have a look. Again, guys, a lot of times price can be in a bullish market. You can still sell it off, you know, on a lower time frames. High time frames could be bullish, you sell it off, or or high time frames could be bearish, and you can buy still on the lower time frames to make your pips. Okay, so again, this is highlight these areas. Okay, these are the bigger areas in the market that we are looking at. That's our liquidity that's still lying on top and at the bottom. Okay, that's the areas that we're going to be focusing on a higher time frame. We have got this area that's been respected in the market. As you can see, price reacting to that, you know, as a resistance, going up, going resistance, going up, supporting it. So this is also a key area in the market, you know, to note. So just keep it there for you. And then lower time frames, what is happening here? Okay, remember how I said that, you know, even in a bullish market, you can be selling it off. So higher time frames, price moving up, lower time frames, you know, stuff like this happens. So you have your break and structure over there with nice bullish, nice bearish movements or bearish candles. You have got your fair value gaps forming in the market, price going up into it. You know, you sell off when you hit the fair value gap, and look at that. I mean, you're still catching 130 pips, 100 and odd pips in a move, depending on your trading style. Are you a swing trader? Are you a daytime trader, intraday, whatever, scalper? So just have a look at that. So currently what we're seeing is this gap in the market, you know, running into price, getting drawn into that fair value gap. You know, the reason for that fair value gap is the obvious. Where's my tool? You know, that's an area in the market that was broken. You can see that big push to the downside. You can even move it even more. Push through with these big bearish candles. Okay. So currently we're looking at price being retraced or pulled back into that area of the fair value gap. And then on a 1 hour time frame, this is going to be highlighted. Looking at that area, we are also looking at this previous high. That for me is more interesting. So I'm definitely highlighting those two areas to see what price is going to be doing in these areas. So guys, that's all from my side. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. There's some more analysis coming your way this weekend. And guys, I hope you stay safe and happy trading, guys.